Hi everyone. Yesterday I went to my dad's place. I had to meet a realtor there, and while I was waiting, I recorded a video. And it's quite a long video. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it or not. I haven't decided yet. The topic of the video was how certain attitudes or certain ideas are kept out of the public discourse in certain arenas. They're sort of stifling and marginalizing of certain individuals and ideas in order to keep critical analysis of other ideas out of the discussion. And it's something I see happen quite often. It's very troubling to me, and it's something that I see happen quite a bit on the larger scale, in like conventions and meetings and things like that. But it's also something that I just experienced on a more personal level. It's still public, but here on YouTube. And I'm not going to go into naming names or anything like that. I don't think that's warranted here because it's really the example that I want to illuminate here. It's basically an exchange in which I was engaged with someone in a public comment feed of a video where I had commented and this person engaged me. And I was challenging some ideas. That's not to say that I even held or hold the contrary position. In some cases, when I challenge ideas, I'm playing the devil's advocate, and it's very difficult because what ends up happening is my intent becomes misconstrued, or even my beliefs or my viewpoint becomes misconstrued when I'm doing that if the other person is operating emotionally. And this is unfortunately what happened in this instance. And I guess I failed to recognize it. Hopefully I've learned a little bit from this experience to recognize some of the warning signs when I'm trying to engage critically and the other person that I'm engaging with is operating much more emotionally and is taking things personally, which is what happened in this instance. And I didn't see it. Maybe to my defense, or in my defense, I would say that other people started engaging as well, and so it becomes one of those kind of clusterfuck deals in that comment thread. Eventually, the person withdrew from the comments, from the discussion, and unbeknownst to me, it blocked me and then made some disparaging remarks and misrepresented me, things that I had said in those remarks, and even place some labels on me which I don't think are deserved and are actually quite unfair, without giving me the opportunity to correct the record or to explain myself or anything like that. And so it was kind of like the fruition of the concepts that I'd been working on in this video that I recorded at my dad's place, and sort of coming to see it full circle and see it happen firsthand to me in person. And I posted a comment on my Google Plus page later on where I said something like, I was walking with my wife and I was relating this experience to her, and it was a little bit disjointed when I first said it, but I ended up coming up with the phrase, often when emotion and reason collide, reason is the sole casualty. And in this case, that's what I saw happen. Something about me, just so everyone is aware. Yes, I do have some very strongly held opinions and positions. I am a humanist. I am an egalitarian. As reluctant as I am to adopt labels, I do firmly believe those things. I see a lot of videos where people talk about men feeling the right of ownership to minority women's bodies and things like that, and white supremacy, and that viewing other cultures as less than human and things like that. And this is so foreign to me as to be from another planet completely. I just wasn't raised like that. I see everybody as equally valuable and equally deserving of human dignity and respect, right down to children, which is something, in fact, I may be more of a humanist than most out there. I may be more of an egalitarian than most, because I believe that all children deserve the same basic human dignity and respect as a 90-year-old. This respect your elders thing, to me, is hogwash. I kind of understand the idea behind that concept, but what it says in the inverse, I don't agree with, right? And that's not to say that I think, that I would let children run wild and all that. I didn't do that with my daughter, but I did treat her with basic human dignity and respect. I never saw her as anything less than a fully fledged human being. Yes, I have decision-making powers over her because I'm charged with her care. I'm the sole, person in charge of her care. So this isn't about letting children run wild, but it is about respecting their individuality, their rights to their own autonomy, and their rights to dignity and respect as a fully fledged human being. That's something I don't see out there very often. So these are things that I believe in. These are core beliefs. I have other beliefs that I hold quite strongly that I don't necessarily wish to impose on others because I may not be 100% certain that I'm correct in those things. I mean, I engage in an awful lot of thought experiments, and I engage in a lot of critical analysis, both introspectively and of other people's commonly held ideas. If you see me arguing in a comment thread or even in a video for a contrary position, that doesn't mean I necessarily hold the position. Or if I just challenge commonly held notions, I ask someone to provide me a citation, I ask somebody to show me or to tell me what they mean. Quite often people say things and they don't mean what they're saying. Example would be actually in this particular discussion. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that. Never mind examples. I do this with everything. It's just how I operate. When I see a commercial and a claim is made, or when I see a certain meme, I immediately question the notions underpinning that. Is that really a reflection of reality? Is this human nature or is this cultural? I'm always questioning, these things. And if the person that I'm talking to is engaging emotionally and I don't see it, well then of course it becomes taken differently than I meant it. So again, I'm not sure if I'm going to release that video. I'm going to have to go through and probably do some editing anyway because it was a little bit rambly, and we'll see if I release it. But for the record, I just wanted to clarify a couple of those things and make sure that people understand. If I question some commonly held belief or question something someone is saying, it's not because I necessarily hold the opposing position. And I think that's an important distinction to make when we're engaging. And these are very adult discussions that we're having. And I think obviously we're all emotional to a degree, but when you start really getting into the waters of testing ideas and really challenging ideas and beliefs, we have to dissociate from the emotion as much as we can if we're going to actually have any kind of a fruitful conversation. And hopefully I've learned my lesson to be very careful about watching for the signs that someone is engaging emotionally, because it's just not worth having your character assassinated and people completely misrepresenting the things that you say and the person that you are, which is hard because, when people misrepresent you, you wish you could put your head on their shoulders so they would understand. And you can't do it, right? And often you're really, what you're doing is you're an unwitting recipient of some of the trauma that person may have been exposed to in their lifetime and that sort of thing, which colors their experience and the way that they see you. So anyway, I just wanted to say that and clarify that. I'm about to go away on some holidays. I think it's well deserved. I'm very tired. It's been a very, very busy spring. I hope everyone is having a great weekend, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.